When Kayadu, his wife, who was carrying Prahalada when Hiranyakashipu went for penance, delivered Prahalada after Hiranyakashipu came back. 5 years went by, and Hiranyakashipu wanted to perform the Aksharabhyasa of Prahalada. He takes the rice, and on the rice he places Prahalada on his lap and makes him write. And Prahalada writes Hakara on the rice. Hiranyakashipu is very happy. It seems that the boy has learnt even before he's taught. He thought that Prahalada will put an E next to that and write Hiranyakashapave Namaha, which he had said, or he had dictated to everybody, saying that I have one death, so my name should be uttered by everybody during their prayers. But Prahalada wrote Haraye Namaha. Hiranyakashipu at that point of time thought, the boy is young. Maybe he would have heard it here and there, like small children listen to something and then they speak like parrots. So he called his Kulaguru Shukracharya's sons, Shanda and Amarka, told them to take Prahalada to the school and teach him everything except Narayana. One thing we need to understand, friends, that it is Narayana who has created us. When he is creating us, he is always there within us as our Antaryami. Pettige olagina ashtabaranante. This is what Vijay Vithala says. Sada yanna hridayadalli vasamado Shrihare. Ninna nanu biduvanalla, nanna neenu bidalu salla. Dhyanavembo Navaratnadi Mantapada Madhyadolage. He says, Dhyanavembo, Dhyana. Once we start doing Dhyana, we see the Lord inside us. Once we see the Lord inside us, this is because when He tries to put the soul inside this body, based on our karmas, He is inside that soul as Antarvyapti, Antaryami. So there is no being without Narayana inside. This is what Prahalada tries to say by saying Haraye Namaha. And Hiranyakashipu tries to say that there is no Lord. That means he doesn't know himself. One thing we need to learn from Hiranyakashipu is a man who doesn't understand what he is. Many a times we go to an interview, a lot of people go to an interview. They say, tell me about yourself. First thing we need to know about ourselves is we are absolutely divine, because the divinity is there inside us. Second thing is we need to understand is we are absolutely powerful, because the Lord who resides inside has bestowed all the powers onto us internally. It is the screen of this body which we have put, and we have forgotten that particular power which is there inside. We are absolutely blind on that power which is there inside. This is the difference between Hiranyakashipu and Prahalada at that point of time. During the Aksharabhyasa, the beginning of the 7th skanda brings out this excellent truth which we need to understand. Shanda Amarka take him and they teach him everything. The school starts in June, like our school starts in June here. And they teach him everything and bring him back in October, that is our winter holidays. And they tell Hiranyakashipu, the boy has learnt everything. Hiranyakashipu asks, what is the most valuable thing? Sadhu. Sadhu is the most beautiful thing you have learnt. The boy who is sitting on Hiranyakashipu's lap gets down, thinking that my father has asked about a sadhu vishaya, or the most wonderful thing, or the most pious thing. I should not be sitting on an asadhu and talking sadhu vishaya. He gets down and says, this family or this prakriti or the samsara is a well without water. Griham anthakupam. Because if a well has got water, people frequent the well. People come and use the well. But unfortunately, if the well dries out of water, nobody will frequent the well. They will start putting all what they do not need inside the well. In the same way, when somebody has got comfort, there are so many people who come to suck out like leech. This is what Alvar says. Attayhal pol shuvaipar. Like leech, they try to pull out everything. But once he is dried out of all the comforts, nobody comes and even looks at him. Yenne yanbarumillai. This is what Alvar says. So to get rid of this sorry state, a human being should always internalize and think of Narayana. Vanam gato yat harimashrayeta. Hiranyakashipu looks at Prahlada and he says, maybe this boy is mixing with Vaishnavas in the school. His Sangha is not right. His friendship is not right. He calls Shenda Amarka and says, please change the place where the boy sits. Teach him what I need to teach him. Teach him what everybody speaks and I am the most superior. At that particular point of time, Shenda Amarka take Prahlada and they ask him, Prahlada, who taught you all these things? Prahlada says, oh teachers, why do you do this? Just because my father gives you the salary, why do you want to just please him? Why do you want to deviate from the path of truth? Whatever you are teaching me is not there in any of the epics. Such epics are yet to be written and never going to be written, because the person on whom you are talking has got a limit, but the Lord on whom I talk is limitless. Please try to understand that something which has got a limit, something which is bound by time, cannot be permanent and cannot be even aspired for. At that point of time, Shenda Amarka still forcibly teach him dharma, artha, kama. They never teach him what is moksha. And then they teach him other things what the asura boys have to learn and take him again. At that point of time, Hiranyakashipu asks, this time let me ask the boy something which the acharyas have taught him. So he asks, tell me something which is very beautiful in what your gurus have taught you, so that he doesn't make the same mistake as per Hiranyakashipu what he had made before. At that point of time, Prahlada says, my father thinks that I have got only 2 gurus, but I have my first guru who is Narada, who taught me everything when I was in the womb of my mother. Let me tell something which Narada, my first guru, said. He says, oh father, please try to understand that I had told you earlier that one path towards mumukshatvam, one path for getting rid of all the sorrows on the samsara is the path of contemplating on the Lord, is the path of thinking on the Lord. The very important thing is, there is no one path for this. There are 9 paths. That is Prahlada Navavida Bhakti. He talks of Shravanam, Kirtanam Vishnoho Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam, Itipumsarpita Vishno Bhaktis Chet Navalakshana. First thing, oh Father, please try to understand that the Lord manifests inside us through our ears. The child devotee Dhruva also said this, Pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam yonta pravishta mamavacham imam prasuptam sanjeevayat akhila shakti dharasvadhamna anyamsta hashtasharana shravanatmagadhin Pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. If our tongue has to speak, if our ears has to listen, if our eyes has to see, if our nose has to smell, if our hands have to move, if our hands has to do a namaskara mudra, if our hands have to give, if our hands have to clap, it is the Lord inside that which gives the power. Yasya prasada kalaya badirashrunoti andha prapashyati javena cha bhakti mukaha tam devadeva varadam sharanam gatosmi. This is the shloka.